the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning. Skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me a pop out of moment.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Mahomes now on first down. And right away, he lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Fielded just inside the 30. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. D. Ford in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked picked off by Brandon Carr. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Webb. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now Webb. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
The extra point up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Throwing after the interception. Webb. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. D. Ford in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Out of the gun, it's Webb. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Malone. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
No, check, Patriots!
To throw on second down, here's Webb. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. A handoff to Mixon. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he gets it down to the 32. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Going for the deep ball. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Over!
Off play action, it's Webb. He's going to sling this deep down. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. They got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And out come the Chiefs now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On the run, Darkwa. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mahomes takes it himself, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Orleans Darkwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Butker now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
56. Lucky 56.
To throw on third down. Webb. Throw inside complete. It's Malone. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Leopard! Leopard! 54 Mike. Check, watch 54. Hey, Drew, here I come.
Webb. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Webb now from the gun. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out now the Chiefs' offensive unit ready to do battle again. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Mahomes now on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. Extra point try by Bailey. the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. On second down, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Airing one out and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 2nd down, Webb. To the left side here for Eifert. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Operating from the gun. Webb. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Webb. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this is going to wind up left. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Webb. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
From the gun, Webb looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big 3rd down play there for the Bengals. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch him now, Barney. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run again with Presley. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On the run, this is Presley. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
Throwing again. Webb. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to slither by. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets...
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run again now with Darkwan. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Elsewhere, they have gone to the 2nd half in Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a 1st down throw. Well, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. D. Ford able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Operating from the gun. Webb, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
From the gun, Webb. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Darkwa, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Darkwa. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run with Darkwa. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.